Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So the last time I was talking to you guys, um, basically I was talking about how World War II, Call of Duty World War II that is, had loot boxes and DLC and whatnot, um, and basically how Call of Duty World War II did not have the emblem editor when Black Ops 3 had it at its very beginning. The emblem editor for specifically for PC, that is, not for PS4 or Xbox or whatever, um, was delayed. For PC, was delayed. I'm not sure if it came out. I haven't played the game since it came out, actually, because why would I do that? And before I started playing World War II, um, I wanted to play Age of Empires because Age of Empires has actually been around since 1999, and I'm actually a huge fan. In fact, I'm a huge fan of the very first game, Age of Empires 1. I have two HD collection on the computer that I'm using to record this video, but the HD version is not really 1080p. It's not remastered like I thought it was going to be. In fact, it's actually just the original, just the cut and paste version. There's nothing new. It does get updates, software updates, but there's like minor optimizations that the original didn't have because it was on disk. So there are two topics that I actually want to talk to you guys today. The first topic is loot boxes and Star Wars Battlefront 2 because when I originally did the World War II video, I kind of rambled on about that, but I didn't really get into too much. So I want to start with that first. So Star Wars Battlefront 2, just a brief synopsis is the EA version Star Wars Battlefront 2 had loot boxes. It was basically pay to win. And over the course of the past couple months, a guy by the name of Christopher Lee in Hawaii, a politician, Democrat, wants to create legislation. In fact, he actually created legislation now, if you go look it up, about in regards to loot boxes and how he wants to categorize them as gambling. Excuse me. Basically, because of the controversy and the loot boxes and how people see them as gambling, specifically gamers like myself, seeing them as gambling, EA decided to take them out. Now, the only reason why was because people were kind of pissed off, and rightfully so. And EA did in a press briefing to their stockholders saying that the microtransactions from loot boxes would not affect the sales. So why were they in there in the first place? To make money. I mean, it's EA's a profitable company, a corporation with I don't know how many billions of dollars in the bank, but it's obvious that they want to keep loot boxes in, and they're just going to try and push and push and push and push. I'm getting ahead of myself. In any case, they took the loot boxes out. They've been on hiatus for a while, and now EA has put them back in, but you can't buy them. You can only earn them in-game, and they put regular microtransactions in, and you can buy those, but they're cosmetic only. Now, my thought is that I don't want any microtransactions unless it expands on the original game. It's better, but like Jim Sterling has said before, if you go look up his channel, they're not great. In fact, they basically went to a better practice that was seen as worse than, what did he say? He said, I think he said it in a recent video, basically, they went back to a horrible practice, and now companies are making themselves out to be the good guys because they went to a different deplorable practice in microtransactions. So, I don't know what to say on this topic other than yay, loot boxes are gone, but bad that microtransactions are back. It's better, but I won't enjoy. I'm not buying it. I'd rather of them remaster the original game, and if they were going to do DLC, make the DLC extra. So for example, Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader, all the originals from episodes 1 through 6. So the 2003-ish versions of the Star Wars movies and the 70s versions of the movies or 80s versions, don't remember which, be in the game. And then the new episodes, episode 7 and 8, be there as DLC. I mean, it's not ideal because DLC is kind of, I don't know, kind of like giving them giving them an inch when they'll take a mile instead. But it's something that expands on the original at least. So you remaster the original Battlefront 2 from 2005, and expand on it using DLC for the new movies. Then you already have the structure in place. All you gotta do is update the controls, make it for the new consoles, make it updated for PC, and everything will be solved. And then you're gonna make a boatload of cash anyway. You don't even have to include any other microtransactions. You can give a pink Darth Vader, or you can even add mods, which I think there was another case where someone made a Pride and Accomplishments mod. So go look that up on Steam. It's actually kind of funny when I saw it on Jim Sterling's channel. Anyway, since we're like nearly 8 minutes in, let's go on to that second topic that I was mentioning. Topic number 2. That would be Age of Empires Definitive Edition, Windows 10 version. The Windows 10 version. Oh boy. So first things first. When it was originally announced, I think back in September, it was supposed to come out in like October or November of 2017. It got delayed and was released last month. I wasn't paying much attention because I thought that because it was being delayed, it wasn't going to come out until June of 2018, not February of 2018. It kind of caught me off guard when I found out a month. Actually, I found out just now, like PC Gamer, or I think Gadget 360, or VG or V247 or something like that. I read a couple articles where they were talking about the Steam version, how it was actually released on the 20th. Wow, I can't believe I missed that date. In any case, I didn't want to buy it because it was only going to be Windows 10 from the Windows 10 store, the Windows Store, excuse me. And so it was really odd with Steam and Microsoft, because Microsoft thought that Valve wasn't allowing Age of Empires on the Steam platform, even though they already had the HD edition of Age of Empires 2, which actually kind of made me think, how is that possible? How could they not get it on Steam when a different version of basically an older game of the same name, Age of Empires 2 in particular, is already on Steam? Like, how does that work? And so many other games are already on Steam that are like the expansion packs for Age of Empires 2 HD edition are on Steam. They're being constantly developed. I think Age of Rojas or something like that. There are a ton of other expansion packs that weren't with the original game. I haven't bought any of them, so I don't know how they turned out. But regardless, it's being consistently developed, so it may not be a remaster. Like, I don't like the fact that it's not a remaster, but the fact that it's being consistently developed for, and Valve is allowing it, and Steam is allowing it basically, how does that work that Microsoft couldn't get it onto Steam? And then PC Gamer went on and basically Microsoft may put it on Steam in the future, even though that's not what Microsoft said in the first place. It was something that, for whatever reason, they thought, Microsoft that is, they thought that Valve wasn't allowing it. So how does that change? I don't get it, and I'm doing this video mostly because of that. Like, I love Age of Empires. It was an excellent strategy game when it first came out. By Age of Empires 3 and I think 2008, I was sick and tired of it because I didn't like how they changed it up so much, and I couldn't. Well, I think the computer that I ran it on didn't really work too well, and there was a lot of stuttering, and for whatever reason, it wasn't very optimized well on PC. So I wound up going back to Age of Empires 2, and then it was all good because of the older game, and it worked better. In any case, I'm rambling, but so yeah, I don't know how that could possibly work. I mean, how they could possibly do mental gymnastics on that point. Like, did they just all of a sudden change their mind? Like seriously, it's odd. Like, why would they say something and not like mean it? Oy vey. Anyway, I don't plan on buying it. It's on the Windows Store. Having that game connected with Xbox is stupid in the first place. It's meant to be played on PC. I mean, if you look at, what game was it? I forget the name of the game, but basically, damn it, I can't remember the name of it. But basically, it was a similar strategy game. It keeps escaping my mind. If you know the name of the game, please put it down in the comments. It is escaping me right now. I know it on the tip of my tongue, but basically it was a similar game that was on the PS3. I think it was actually multi-platform. It actually has several versions. I think it's on Xbox One and PS4 now. It's expanded. It's on PC. It has a similar premise to Age of Empires. The difference being is that they use historical figures, and you can choose your different nation. Like, for example, it had the United States or Britain or Germany, or it had the Mongols or Japanese, Chinese, and it had different leaders from different eras, and it had that similar premise, and it wasn't very good on PS3. I don't have the PS4 version, but I imagine that it's not much better. And because it's a board game, a strategy board game similar to Age of Empires, it's probably much better on PC because you have the accuracy of the mouse and whatnot. I don't know. It makes it seem stupid that, I mean, Xbox does have keyboard and mouse support, but using it on a couch is kind of difficult. So basically, if you guys know the name of it, as I said before, put it down in the comments, but it doesn't make too much sense to have Age of Empires on Xbox. And I don't see how Microsoft could screw the pooch on that one. Most people are on Steam to begin with. I actually had this thought at the beginning when it was first announced, and I kept searching and searching, and I couldn't find out if Microsoft was going to have it originally. Originally, when it came out, they didn't say whether or not it was going to be Windows Store or not. Then they announced it. Before they announced that it was just going to be on Windows Store, I tried to find out whether or not it was going to be on Windows Store or Steam. And when they announced it that it was not going to be on Steam, I kind of thought to myself, it's stupid. Most people are on Steam. Most games are on Steam. You have your own game on Steam. The Age of Empires 2 HD edition on Steam. Why is it not on Steam? And then they gave the reasoning. It's like, we're trying to promote Windows Universal Program or whatever that's called. And then it kind of made sense because they're trying to promote Windows Store over Steam and have competition with Steam. But then, if they wanted to do that originally, why didn't they just release HD Edition on Windows Store? And I know the answer. The answer is because the Windows Store is, one, it's difficult to navigate. Like, Age of Empires Definitive Edition, the one that was released recently, the updated 4K edition, basically, on Windows Store, is nowhere to be seen on the front page of the Windows Store. Like, why would you release your game and promote it and say, hey, 20-year anniversary edition, definitive edition, 4K edition version of the original Age of Empires when it first came out. It's been 20 years, right? Or something like that. So then it's not 99. The original one actually probably came out in 95? No. 97. 97, yes. 97, because it was going to be released October of last year. So it came out in 1997. So it's been, as of October of 2018, nearly 21 years, not 20. But the point being, why would they promote a 20-year anniversary edition of the original game and not have it on the front page of their store? But then claim that Steam is not allowing it and still have the second game, Age of Empires 2 HD, edition on Steam, but have the definitive edition on Windows Store not promoted on the front page of their store. It's like, and why bother releasing the game? It's like, really stupid. So, in conclusion, Microsoft is stupid. No, I'm just kidding. No. Really, I think they're just trying to make competition with the Steam store, and so they're trying to get people to go into their Windows Store and basically be hooked and into their system. Kind of like what Apple does with Apple customers. Like, I have a MacBook Pro. I have an Apple Watch. I have technically two iPhones, but one is an iPhone 4, and it's kind of not only outdated, but the buttons kind of don't work, and it's kind of old, and I just use it to be my alarm clock. And I have an iPhone 5, and so in order to actually get into the Mac and Apple ecosystem, you have to buy all their products and their accessories, because otherwise it won't, I guess, meld together as much. So I guess they're trying to kind of do a Microsoft version of that, where you're buying games on PC, you're competing with Steam, basically the high that has the highest market share in terms of game sale, in terms of digital game sale, for PC. So they kind of want to clash, and they kind of want to keep that exclusivity within their Windows Store, get you into their ecosystem, and then you're basically hooked. But because the Windows Store is so bad in most people's opinions that I've seen anyway, because there are like 3 articles that I've read. One from Gadget 360. I think I mentioned that VG247 or V247. Don't remember the name of the website. And then I think PC Gamer. It says that the Windows Store is definitely difficult to navigate, and it's not really a good UI, I guess. UI, user interface. So at that point, they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot for not only not promoting the game, but not putting it on Steam. It makes no sense other than to just have a monopoly on the specific game. That's it. Just to have everyone go to that store and basically be in the Xbox ecosystem. Oh, and on top of that, I bet that they're going to charge for multiplayer because that's how Xbox works. So because Steam does not charge for multiplayer, Microsoft is probably trying to get people to go into the store, buy the game, and then on top of it, buy Xbox Live Gold in order to gain multiplayer access and actually play the game with other people using their system. And then in order to keep the game and actually enjoy it without the single player, this is just multiplayer, pay the $60 or so a year to do multiplayer and then actually enjoy the fucking game, the fucking thing. I mean, I don't do multiplayer on Age of Empires, but for people that do, it's just going to be a reoccurring fee of $60 or so every single year, and they might jack up the price of multiplayer because they can, just like Sony did. Anyway, so this is basically my conclusion to this. So TLDR, I guess. So basically, Microsoft announced the game. They're going to release it in October. They decided to delay it. It got released last month, February 20th. They have not advertised it on the front page of the Windows Store. They didn't put it on Steam, thus losing revenue because they haven't advertised it on their own store. Microsoft says one thing, but actually means another, and so they might put it on Steam simply to appease people, which I didn't mention, but I think you kind of got the hint in the rest of the clip. So my thought is that it's stupid the way that Microsoft is acting, and they should probably stop. Okay. Anyway, if you like the video, press that like button. Press the dislike button if you didn't like it. Subscribe for more. And actually give me suggestions. If you go to my the main channel, you should be able to go to the About page and click for business inquiries. You can send me articles and whatnot, and I might decide to make more videos, probably once a week, maybe, if I get enough requests for a specific topic or multiple topics. I only have these 2 topics because it was the only 2 things I could think of. I didn't really do too much research on it. I didn't really have too many articles on it, and the sources that I got were mainly from Yong Ye and Jim Sterling, who, by the way, I think I will put a link down in the description to their channels and to the sources that I got for the Age of Empires news. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. See you later.